Hey everyone, Dan at Ochco Bushcraft. Well, I've been working on a series on my wilderness survival and scout kit. So you might want to go back through the previous videos that I have done on that kit if you've not seen them. I began with a loadout of everything that I was going to be carrying this year in that kit. And then I did a review on my SE6, which is the main knife for that kit. I also did a water bottle review and told why I chose the Nalgene, and then most recently I did a review on the fire kit that I am carrying as a part of that wilderness survival and scout kit. So today I'm going to review my water purification kit and show you guys exactly why I carry what I carry and how it's set up, how it's customized for me, and just kind of give you the rundown, the breakdown on that. And again, this is based on years of experience. Out here in this environment, I know what works best for me. So something may work better for you that is different, but this is what works best for me, again, based on all of my years of experience out here using and testing a lot of different gear. So my favorite water filter is the VersaFlow by HydroBlue. It's good for up to 100,000 gallons of water. And you can backflow this just like a Sawyer. I like it because it's much easier to use than the Sawyer. The flow rate is faster. I like the quick identification marks, blue for clean water, gray for dirty water. I don't have to stop to look at anything. It's color coded for me. And for filling this, I really like the bags from Canuck Outdoors. These items are all available on Amazon, and I will mention what they are in the description. But this is the 2-liter Canuck water bag, which we're going to go down and fill. I've customized it by adding a carabiner to the top, and I'll show you why here shortly. The other parts of my water purification kit are some pieces of surgical tubing. Again, this is based on experience out here, things I have gone through, and so I will demonstrate why. And the surgical tubing is sized to attach to either end of this. So I'd recommend, if you got like a local sporting goods or hardware store, excuse me, to go down and size, if you get the HydroBlue, and it fits on there nice and snug and won't leak, and that has some purposes. And finally, the last piece of my water purification kit is a piece of bank line, and this is my backup, the Nalgene water bottle. If all else fails, I can fill this with water, take my cap off, and set this right down in the coals and the flames of my fire and boil 38 ounces of water. So I've got clean, purified water. So this is my backup for my main system. So we're going to go down to the creek right here behind me, and I'm going to demonstrate the different pieces of this kit, why I use and carry each particular one, and how it's used out here. So pause, you guys. We'll go down to the creek. We'll start off by showing you why I like the Canuck bag so much as a part of this kit. Okay guys, I'm down at the stream with my little Canuck Outdoors bag, and the top just slides right off. The bag opens right up so that I can put that down in the water, fill it with water, and then just fold this over and seal this up. So I'm going to go down here to the creek and fill this. Okay, I've told you guys before I don't edit my mistakes, so if you caught that, I slipped on a wet rock and almost did a land on my backside in the middle of the creek. But that quick and easy. I've got 2 liters of water. Just fold this over. This piece slides right back on. And I'm good to go. So I've got 2 liters of water in here, ready to be purified. Okay guys, so right here at the base of this little tree, I've got my Nalgene bottle sitting, and I got my 2-liter Canuck bag filled with 2 liters of water. Remember I told you I put the carabiner on it? So if I want to go off and do something else, I can hang this on a tree. I've got some cordage here. Hook up my filter. Gray side is dirty water. So loosen my cap. And screw this on like so. Here's the reason for the surgical tubing. I'm going to pull my blue cap, put my tubing on, put this right down inside, and I'm going to let that gravity flow. And then I can go off and I can do other stuff, and when I come back here in a little while, this will be good. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a little squeeze, get it started good. And that's the other thing, if you're in a hurry, and I'll show you that here in a second, you can just roll this down if you're in a hurry to get going. But so right now you can see it's gravity flowing down into my container. So I'll just pause that here for a minute, and we'll get some clean drinking water and give it a taste test. Okay guys, I've been letting that run here for about a minute and a half. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, take my surgical tubing off, cap this up, and give that a shot here. Oh, that's some cold mountain runoff. So I've got me, we'll fill this up here the rest of the way in a minute, but show you guys another option here. So if you don't want to gravity flow, you're in a hurry to get somewhere, then I'll just put this back on for you. You always have this option. You can roll your bag down. So I'm rolling it and putting pressure on. And by doing that, as you can see, I've dramatically increased the flow rate. All right, pause you guys, go show you another reason why I have this carabiner on here, and then I'll show you how the rest of the pieces of the kit can be used. So another nice option about this is, so I've ran out of water. I stopped at the creek, refilled my Nalgene bottle so it's completely full. Fill this back up again. So I've got 2 more liters of water. And then I can clip it on. I got my bigger pack today. I can clip it on my pack. I can clip it on my little shoulder bag. I can clip it on my belt. Anywhere. I can just clip that on to any spot, and now I have my 38 ounces of clean water. I have 2 more liters of water ready to be purified if I'm going to camp away from water. And when I'm done with this, I just fold it back up, and it actually fits perfectly in the outside pouch of a water bottle bag right here. My entire kit, everything I showed you guys, the filter, the tubing, all of it fits here, the bottle here. So it makes just a perfect setup for me and for what I do out here. So let me go back down to the creek again and show you guys the other items in my kit. Now I have the short piece of surgical tubing that I showed you, and that is simply so when the filter's attached, I can direct that right down inside the bottle and not have water spilling out. But I also carry a long piece of surgical tubing, and this time of year I cannot show exactly how it's used, but this fall I will. So these little creeks, like right behind me, come late summer and early fall, they are dried up. That creek will be dry. However, there will be seeps down in the rocks. So I might have some big rocks sitting in there, and there'll be water down in the rocks. The opening is small. I can't get my bag down in there. I can't get a cup in there. I can't get a bottle in there. There's nothing I can get down in there, but I can drop surgical tubing down inside there. So I attach this to the gray end, and I will hydrate. Rather than using up the water that I'm carrying because it's, you know, summer and water is harder to come by, I will hydrate whenever I come to those places. So this tubing will drop right down in those rocks, and I will be able to drink right out of it. But just to demo how I would do that, even though I have a full creek here, just imagine, like I said, late summer, it's dried up between the rocks. We'll go down here and I'll show you how I would use it. That's exactly how I would use it to get water out from the rocks. And it's not the easiest thing to do. You do have to suck pretty hard, but it is an alternative way to get water if needed. And finally, guys, the last part of my kit that I told you about for water is a piece of bank line. The Nalgene bottle, and one of the reasons I like it is this big lip right here. It makes it absolutely perfect for securing a piece of bank line around the lip. There are places here in the Ochocos where there are steep banks on the side of a creek, and you literally would have to crawl down the bank, and you might not be able to get back up to get water. Now, I'm not in a place this morning that has that, but I am in places like that at times. The only way to get water is to lower my bottle down. See that? I got full bottle of water and I can boil that if need be. I can pour all the water out into my Canuck bag and run it through my filter. So this becomes a method of getting water out of the creeks when I'm up on those steep banks and there's really no way down to water. And there are places out here where the creeks run for a long distance off banks that are as high as 10 feet. So I just got to drop this down with a little bit of force, tug on it a couple times as you saw to get the positioning right, and then it will fill with water and I have a way to get water. So let me pause you guys. We'll finish this up. So guys, probably the most important #1 thing you can do is dirt time. If you're serious about survival, if you're serious about prepping, bugging out, or whatever, dirt time is what's going to save you. Not having a whole bunch of stuff that you don't have the experience with, but actually coming out here often. You know, I'm out here 52 weeks a year, multiple times a week, every season, every weather condition. I've been doing it for years. So then I'm able to troubleshoot. I don't just have a water purification kit that I bought at the store, stuck in my pack, and have never used, but it's there in case of an emergency. I have a water purification kit that I have came out here and used for years. And so I was able to troubleshoot and problem solve. Here's a problem. The creeks are drying up in the summer. How do I get water? I can't fill my bag. Surgical tubing. I can drink from the surgical tubing. There are places where there are steep banks. How do I get down there and get water? Okay, I found a water bottle with a nice big lip that I can tie cordage around. I can lower it down to the stream. I can get water. So coming out, testing out your gear in different conditions, different terrain, different circumstances, different seasons, you'll find what gear works the best. You'll find areas that you need to troubleshoot. And then you will be able to adjust and personalize your kit. So again, based on my terrain, the Ochoa Mountains, and years of experience, dirt time out here, I have put together a kit that works perfectly for me in all seasons and in all conditions. Maybe the same thing will work for you. Maybe you'll need to make your own adjustments. But for my wilderness survival and scout kit, as well as my bigger camping pack and stuff, this is the system that I use that works best for me. So thank you everybody for watching Ochoa Bushcraft. I really appreciate your supporting this channel and hope to be bringing you guys more great videos soon. Take care everybody.